Reading Kit for Servicemen. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and we're going to look at a kind of an interesting item, kind of unique, from World War II when our GIs were fighting in Europe and in the Pacific theater of the war. We all know about the Armed Service editions. They were published by paperback publishers for given free to the soldiers, little paperbacks that were bound on the short side, and even England had their own service editions for the troops. But this is something different. This is pulp magazines that were given in a kit to the troops, and here you have hours of entertainment for servicemen. And here's some of the different pulps, and it's got different servicemen: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the box says Reading Kit for Servicemen, Reading Kit for Servicemen, Reading Kit for Servicemen on the side. It's a worn box. It's from 1943.
Let's see the side you would mail.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show that. And it's got the four branches of the service. Now, so it's got, that's the one side of it with the pulps. And the other cool thing is this, the other side is the self-mailer. So you put from and who you're sending it to. And you actually send this box. This was from 1943, and you send 5 issues of pulp magazines that were current at that time. And you would buy this and send it to your soldier overseas, and he would have some pulp magazines to read. Now let's see what they were sending them. These are all 1943 issues. I'm going to take them out now. So we'll put this on the side here. And what you have is Western yarns, and all 40. This is winter 1942, but this is probably left over for 43. The other issues are all 43, and different variety of pulps. I mean, there's a Western, here's a sports fiction. This is summer of 43 by Moore Bonds, and stories in here. It's from the summer 1943. There's a lot of advertising in the beginning. Pretty good shape, except for the last one. And it's a boxing story. They have this is a sports pulp, and it has different fight story, baseball story, football story, different things like that, track and field. The other one's Sky Raiders from June 1943, double action magazine, and cool air war pulps. These are really cool. They have some all air war stories, and let's see who's in here. Yeah, 84 Clifford Simac. So okay, I just want to show some of the stories. This is High Sky Command. And page 84 is a little surprise for me because I'm a science fiction fan, and this is a 1943 pulp. I was not aware of this, but and an air war pulp too. It's A Hero Must Not Die, and it's by Clifford D. Simac, the science fiction writer. So this must be one of his earliest stories, and it's kind of interesting that it appears in an air war pulp in 1943. I don't know if he was in the service. Sometimes some of the pulp writers would they were in the military while they were serving. They were writing pulp stories. Hal Q. Masur was stationed in China when he wrote his first novel, Scott Jordan hard-boiled detective novel, Bury Me Deep. So he wrote that while he was in China. The next issue is Argosy, August 1943, and He Lived to Conquer. It's a story about Genghis Khan by Hamlin Daly. Now, Hamlin Daly is a pseudonym, and you see in here you have Gliders Away, which is in the air war. You have He Lived to Conquer, Hamlin Daly. H. Bedford Jones has a story in here, and also Stuart Sterling and E. Hoffman Price and George Surdez, who wrote a lot of Foreign Legion stories. But E. Hoffman Price, I believe, was Hamlin Daly. So Argosy had was a general adventure fiction magazine. So it had air war and H. Bedford Jones, kind of a medieval fantasy.
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus story, like a medieval story about him. Some of the art is really nice. The Rookie by Stuart Sterling. And the last of the 5 issues is the July 1943 Crack Detective, which is the one that's probably the most collectible of the lot, and of course that's the one that's ripped. That's the way it usually is. But I just wanted to, I think it's interesting to share this book, and I mean this box that people could send to the servicemen overseas in World War II in 1943. You could send five pulps and buy that and send it just like that. And it's really cool that I've never seen this before, and I'm sure that it's kind of scarce and uncommon item. But there must have been quite a few of them around if people were sending them to the soldiers overseas. And who knows what you got in this box? I mean, there were probably pulps from 42, 43 that were left over that weren't sold, and they packaged them in this way. Maybe gave them at a cheaper price to send to servicemen. So it's pretty cool. Nice. A nice idea for the servicemen in World War II, and something that I think a lot of people don't really know about. So I hope you enjoyed this look at this kind of unique box of pulps. And if you did, give us a thumbs up and a like, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.